Summer. Here we are in summer. A quick reminder: if you're still got your summer holiday coming, I've seen posts from people saying, "Oh, I can't wait," and I've seen a lot of Disney posts. I can't wait. We're going to Disney in 1 week, but people are going all over the world and nearer to home as well. But they're going away in these next 3 weeks because it's the school holidays here in the UK, or at least here in England. And I just want you to get the most out of it. So really quickly, in terms of a recap, I see the hot summer holiday process, if you like, as before holiday, during holiday, after holiday. And at each step, people trip themselves up. I've tripped myself up for years in the corporate world. Hence the reason I'm so passionate about this, because time with family is precious. And summer holiday only comes round once a year. So just before we get onto that process, it only comes around once a year. So how many summer holidays do you have when your kids are little, for example? If you've got children, how many summers have you got? And sometimes we don't realize the preciousness of it. Often people say you've only got 18 summers with your children. Well, I kind of disagree, because but it depends on how close your family is. But once they start leaving for college and university and going off with their mates and finding partners, getting married, having their own lives, they're not in your life as much anymore. And so these sorts of summer holidays, these core memories, these precious memories, these lifetime memories are so important, but they only come around once a year. And so to be stressed, disconnected, and miss out on that, that's why I'm so passionate about it. Because also, these sorts of holidays that you have, they set the tone for your children when they grow up. Like, we certainly have holidays where I know that when Em and I are gone, they will have their own lives, their own children and the grandchildren, and they will go to places that we went to because they also love it. And they'll go, "Oh, that was Grandpa's favorite place. That was Grandpa's favorite ride. That was Grandpa's favorite location. This was Grandpa's favorite place in the whole world." And that legacy continues. They continue that bond of family and creating precious memories. And it's that legacy in your family. It's like, a lot of people just say, "Oh, one-off summer holidays, whatever," and they get all stressed but I see how holidays last lifetimes and generations when you're present for them, when you create those magic memories. So it's a little aside, but that's why I get so passionate about it. And that's part of experiencing the fullness of life. So before holiday, the mistake I see so many people, and I did it in corporate, right? I don't do it anymore. I've been in business for myself nearly 10 years, never done this now. But a lot of people, they stress themselves out in the run-up. Not because they've got to pack their suitcase and get the sun cream and the tickets and the passports and all that kind of stuff, but because they're trying to get the work done, but they're trying to get everything done. They're trying to dot every I, cross every T. Hey there, Tina. Good to see you. How are you? How are you doing? I hope you're well. Just down the road. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying this beautiful summer that we've got. So a lot of people, they're trying to dot every I, cross every T in the run up to holiday. And they're working late hours and they end up going on holiday exhausted physically and mentally. And then it takes them most of the holiday to actually recover. And then by the time they're actually feeling like themselves again and feeling human again, it's time to come home. But they can all be avoided by approaching before holiday differently. You don't have to get everything done. There's life after holiday. So essential only mode. That's what I call it, right? Essential only mode. If it doesn't have a material significant consequence, if it doesn't get done before you go on holiday, it can wait. Or if you've got a team, or you've got people around you that work for you or with you, maybe you can delegate it to them, but you don't have to get everything done. If it doesn't have that real big consequence, then it can be deferred. And the beautiful thing about that is you now know what you're going to be working on when you come back. So that kind of uncertainty of when you come back or what I'm coming back to and what I'm going to be doing, you've already got a plan. We'll come on to that again in a minute, but that helps you out by not doing everything right now. Because trying to do everything just stresses you out, just overwhelms you, just means that you're more exhausted. You're working those late hours, and mentally and physically, it takes time to recover from that. I want you to be enjoying your holiday from day one, not day 10. I still want you to enjoy it on day 10, but I don't want you to have to take 10 days to recover. So essential only mode before holiday. It's the greatest gift I can give you before you go on holiday. So just challenge everything. I know there are some things you might like to do that, ideally this might get done, but challenge it. Challenge every single one of those things. And just come down to the absolute essentials, and ideally 3 essential things. And I can tell you now though, even in those essential 3 things, 2 of them are probably not essential, right? They're just higher up on your, I'd really, really like to get this done before I go on holiday. And that's okay. As long as it's doable and you're not burning yourself out doing it, it's like, that's okay. But at least you got 3 things you're working on, not 103. Okay? Please. Promise me, essential only mode. Activate that right now. Now, whilst you're on holiday, I mean, it is the theme of this summer holidays. It's the mantra for this summer holidays. Again, the greatest gift I can give you about being present on the holiday, so you're not thinking and worrying about work, but if you've already done what I've just said, essential only mode beforehand, so you're confident that you worked on the right things, you've got a plan, you've got some of the stuff, you know what you're going to work on when you come back, so you're not worrying about that, you're not trying to figure that out, you're going to be more present anyway. But if you find your mind wandering, if you start worrying about things or stressing about things that you can't do anything about because you're on holiday, be where your feet are. The summer mantra. It's taken off with my clients. It's taken off with you guys who've been embracing it. It's taken off there in social media land. Be where your feet are. If you find your mind wandering, you've got to bring yourself back to this moment. And a great way to do it is to literally look at your feet. Grab the floor with your feet, like squeeze your toes together. Really feel the ground. Then just slowly look up. Look at the sights. Look at where you are. Hear the sounds. It might be birds. It might be the ocean. It might be hustle and bustle. Smell the smells. It might be a bakery or the sea. Or flood your senses with where you are. And it'll get you out of your head, back into your body and back to where you are. It's such a simple exercise. And it works every single time. And if you've got to do it 20 times an hour, so be it. If it brings you back, great. That's the principle. I've got one of my clients, I've talked about it before. I've got one of my clients, they use it at least once an hour. At home and on holiday. Just to bring themselves, because their mind wanders, right? They're practicing it. But I know that with that practice over time, they're not going to have to do it, right? It's something new for them at the moment. Over time, they're not going to have to use it because they're going to be present, because they've learned, they've programmed their body to be present. So again, that's my greatest gift for you when you're on holiday. Be where your feet are. Use that as a great simple exercise. And then coming home, people often dread coming home because they don't know what they're going to come home to. Now, we've already said, if you've already got a work plan, great, you know what you're going to be working on. But one of the things that a lot of people do, they catastrophize. They go, if I go away, especially business owners, if I go away, everything's going to fall apart. My world's going to fall apart. The business is going to fall apart. I'm going to get complaints, and I'm going to come back to an absolute disaster. The chances of that happening are about 0.1%. Life will continue on and you'll come back to the business as it was. Like, great catastrophe because you took time out of your business or you took time away from work. Rarely happens. And I've said before, in terms of my 20 years experience in corporate and then my nearly 10 years in business ownership, not once, even in all that stress and craziness in the corporate world, not once did I come back from a holiday, be it 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, did I come back and everything was a disaster. Not once. Yet so much energy can be used up and time and presence used up, especially on holiday in those last few days, worrying about the catastrophe that might happen that never does. And the thing is, whatever you've managed to deal with, every single thing, every high, every low, every middle thing, every challenge, every unexpected thing that's ever happened in your life, personally and professionally, you've dealt with it all. So what makes you think you're not going to be able to deal with it if something does crop up when you come home from the holiday? Of course you're going to be able to. You're quite capable of that. Stop giving yourself a hard time about something that's probably not going to happen. And even if something did happen, it's not going to be as much of a catastrophe as you think. And you're absolutely going to be able to deal with it. It's just a shift in our mindset. But some of the ways we can do it is just to give ourselves time and space when we come back. So my mantra for coming back is plan your first day. And to be honest, plan your first week. Give yourself lots of time and space. Don't go booking back-to-back meetings as soon as you've hit the desk. Don't go expecting yourself to be doing massive opuses and proposals and goodness knows what. And trying to catch up on work. Make up for lost time. You haven't lost time. You've been having time with your family, time away, time for you to recharge, recalibrate, experience life. You've deserved that, you've needed that, and it is part of the lifestyle that you want to live. There's nothing to make up for. When you come back, the business is where it is, the work is where it is at that moment, and then we make decisions about how we move forward. But give yourself time and space to catch up on the emails, on the messages, on the social media, on people that have opted into your things. If you've got people around you that work with your business, talk to them. Trust me, a 5-minute conversation can save you wading through 500 emails that aren't relevant anymore, because that's all gone. That's the past. Where are we now? It's one of the biggest things that I did back in the corporate world that really started to shift things when I came back. Instead of wading through everything, I just had 5-minute conversations with people. So I knew exactly what was going on right now and where we needed to go from here. Not lamenting the last 3 weeks. I'm not really interested. There might be something that's happening. Go, this happened. Cool. But where are we now then? Because I'm about the action that we need to take now. But very often people come back from holiday and they jump into the first problem or the first thing that they see without really looking at, okay, where are we? Gather all the information and then you can make an informed decision about what it is. And trust me, 99% of the time, you'll just pick up the thing that you said you would pick up before you went on holiday and carry on. Right? Especially if you've done that work beforehand. You've managed people's expectations as well. So your clients, your community, your partners, your collaborators, your team know that you're off. If you've done that, then coming back is so much easier. So, essential only mode, be where your feet are, plan your first day. Those are my gifts to you. If you've still got holiday to take, if you're looking forward to that holiday, but you're a little bit worried that you can get stressed about trying to get everything done, if you're worried that you're not going to be present on holiday, if you're worried about what you might come back to, I hope this has helped. And if you're a solopreneur, then you can go and grab my Solopreneurs Guide to a Relaxing Summer Break. Right? It's really simple guide. It's only a handful of pages and not many words on each page because I keep it really simple. It includes those things that I've just done and a couple of extra things. So go check it out and put into practice what I've just shared. And this isn't textbook stuff. This is what I do. This is what I did. I just spent 3 weeks out of my business, totally disconnected. Didn't check anything once. Managed all the expectations. Focused on 3 things before I came back before I went on holiday, and I had an absolute plan to ease myself back into it. Because I know there's a transition. There's a big transition from day-to-day work life to holiday life. Totally different energy, totally different routine. And it's the same when you come back. So give yourself some grace, okay? You're not a robot. You're not a machine. You're a human being. So give yourself that time and space. And I came back, and I was pleased that people had come into my world. They signed up to the inner circle. They signed up to my guide. They were being taken care of because I'd automated all the emails and everything, so they were supported. And I came back, got up to speed, and picked and did exactly what I thought I was going to do, which was pick up exactly the work that I thought I was going to be picking up after holiday. No problem at all. So I want that for you as well. That's summer.